only got 4 minutes. Hey, that was an oldie, y'all. 4 minutes. I only got 4 minutes. Do what I gotta say to prove to you that I can do anything. Y'all, what's up? Your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Just on the way to run a few errands. Stop by Starbucks, give me a little coffee. I've been wanting to try the apple crisp oat milk macchiato, and that's just out of season. I guess it was only for the winter, so I'm gonna see if I can get the certain pumps of sugar so I can make it myself. I'll try to figure out what the pumps are so I can make it, even though it's not the actual title, but I'm gonna figure it out because I really wanted to try it. But nonetheless, you guys, welcome back to my channel, and I got a few things I wanted to talk about. I didn't get a chance to, so let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, talking about somebody who was trying to get 4 more minutes. Y'all, Martell Holt got his arrested, trying to stay 4 more minutes, way past time too long. So he done got arrested, y'all, for harassment and DV. And it's just like, my boy, my boy, life is whooping your ass right now, like for real, and he is going to blame everybody else but himself. He is a man that is riddled with narcissistic traits and believes that everything is just happening to him. Everything in life is somebody else's fault. No, it's because nobody wants to help him. Nobody wants to see him for what he really is. Nobody wants to pay attention to all the good things that he's done. And that's the thing about people with narcissistic traits. It's, I do these few good things so that they can be there for when I F up. And every time I F up, I'm just going to be like, look over there. Remember that good stuff I did? Remember all the good I did? But it can't be like that. I can't constantly ignore how crappy you're treating me just because you felt like you bought me flowers yesterday. You know? Still don't change the fact that you try to come back to me saying I got a baby on the way. So, no, Martell. So, the question for a lot of people, though, was who was it in regards to? Was it in regards to Melody, or was it in regards to Miss Curry Coleslaw? Because was it like, because based on the description, it was like harassment, and which under that classification means expressing contact exceeding past the point of being asked multiple times to stop, and that's via text, call, email, yada yada, which sounds like Martell, which is the main reason why Melody didn't want that to have her number in the first place, because Martell was going to text about everything other than the kids, which is what we conversate for. He was always going to probably send old Facebook memories of when they was together and try to apologize and try to apologize for all his, mistakes, because we all know he feels ass out right now. But it's just kind of like, here we go, one more thing that Martell is just showing. You want to keep, like, because he got mad at Melody on the show, like, oh, I don't know why Melody's acting this way, because when he was like, oh, I just want peace, and she was like, it's never gonna be peace. And he's like, I've been waving the white flag. She was like, no, you wave the white flag over there, but then behind the scenes is doing stuff. And we all know about the revenge Pinot case. Then not to mention that you literally were trying to take this woman's kids from her. Like, you literally were trying to take your kids from her and file for full custody, my bro. Like, cut it out, Martell. And in order to file for full custody, that means you have to believe that she was an unfit mother. But if you not taking care of him, who taking care of him, Martell? Because it ain't your mama. Your mama done had enough, clearly. So if you not going to take care of him, it was going to have to be Melody, and clearly Melody is a good mother because you keep trying to have kids with her. Or you kept having kids with her, rather. But it's just like one more thing that Martell has done to we already knew the type of dude that he was, but Martell's in denial about himself. I think especially for a lot of men, when they realize they're not the man that they thought they were, you know, it's good you can convince yourself you're a man when you got, you know, the wife and the kids and the household, you know, because to everybody else, that's what it's about with people with those narcissistic traits. It's about how it looks, the picture of it all. And so Melody, as most wives do, they make it seem to the world that, oh, you know, I got a good man, Savannah, you know, I got a household, the kids are taken care of, you know, the lights is on, bills is paid, you know, obviously we saw Holt Industries, and like that was taking over, you know, Huntsville, Alabama, and it looks like, you know, Martell was doing something. But in all actuality, it was Melody, okay? Come to find out, this Negro Martell didn't even have his builder's license. And still ain't got his builder's license. I wonder if Carlos is going to ask him during the reunion if he ever got his builder's license. But my guess is no, because Carlos low-key be eating all the niggas' asses on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because he don't never be questioning them, especially Martell, in regards to their delinquent behavior. But yeah, you guys, Martell got arrested, so we'll see if this will lend to Melody, you know, trying to get more custody of the kids or whatever, or if it was in regards to Arion, what that means, because he lived with Arion, they lived together, so it's very clear that they in cahoots with each other, and he ain't got nowhere else to stay. So if she's the one who called the popo on you and, you know, is accusing violence, you know, DV against her, then this ain't gonna look good for you, my boy. You have to go back home living with your mama or go to a hotel, because Chris ain't letting you squat again. But let's go ahead and move on. 2024, y'all, is starting off literally like we thought, okay, we just gonna leave all this in 2023, all the drama, you know, but literally it started with the bang. Cat Williams set 24 off, and literally it's been rolling ever since, because now the girls is fighting. Now we got Dr. Heavily and SweetTea. When I tell you they was throwing low blows to each other, I mean low blows. The definition of take it to hell. So I caught it late, but if you didn't see, they, you know, do a live every now and again, talk about the show, I guess, or whatnot. And they, you know, it seemed to be like Toya, Heavenly, SweetTea, Simone, and Toya, Simone, and Heavenly were on one side, I think, from my understanding, and Heavenly was like on the other screen. And they, of course, get to going, and SweetTea pulled out the Yo Mama in Hell, and I don't know if she knew that Heavenly's mama was, you know, deceased, but Heavenly hit back at her with the, well, bitch, my mama got a better chance of having a baby in hell than you ever would. I said, oh, this reunion gonna be good, y'all. This reunion is gonna be good. And as much as they was going low with each other, a part of me is kind of feeling, honestly, I do feel like I feel like SweetTea definitely is understanding the assignment of, there's definitely been people have been saying, like, Heavily been getting away with murder. Like, she been getting away with not really getting her ass chewed up. Like, because her mouth is just so vicious that a lot of times people don't go back and forth with her. Or is that Heavily don't give nobody stuff to really go at her for, because a lot of times people don't go after her marriage with Damien, you know, like a lot of people just don't go after Heavily like that. But SweetTea came, and from even in the season in the show when she said, Heavily, girl, you want to talk about me not having a good marriage, or like my marriage will last, girl, you told me that you hit Damon on the head with a frying pan. And so I believe it too. And so yeah, but Heavily did say to SweetTea, this ain't what you want, because I know all the tea about your relationship. I know all the skeletons are buried. So if you want to keep going, let's do it. And I feel like Heavily is going trying to wait for the reunion to bring all the smoke, okay? But as of right now, they throwing flames at each other. They are throwing fire, hellfire, okay? Rain down hellfire, in the famous words of Wendy's mama. They was going in. Now, what do you guys think, though, in general? Do you feel like, are you on the side of like, oh, it's wrong for SweetTea to go at Heavenly like that, it was a low blow? Or is it a thing of like, you know, finally somebody's going after Heavenly? Do you guys feel like, you know, the other girls are hyping SweetTea up to go after Heavenly because they don't want to do it themselves? I feel like it's a little bit of that. Then also too, Quad, you know, into the chat room because she's like, because Heavenly decided to throw like Quad in SweetTea's face, basically like, oh, if Quad wanted Greg tomorrow, she could have him, boo boo, you know, or whatever. And Quad was like, girl, don't involve me, don't put me in, don't try to add me to the mess, don't try to use me as a reed, like, don't do it. But as much as Quad is gone, she seems to always be relevant with the ladies in conversation somehow. But yeah, you guys, y'all tell me what you think down in the comments about Heavenly and SweetTea, you know, taking it to hell with each other. So moving on next, what else did I want to get into? Y'all, Teyana and Iman. Now this one is a recent one. Teyana and Iman, it's gonna get messy, and it's gonna get messy in the way that all this is coming up. Like, I know Teyana was doing her best to try to hide it, which is why I'm getting pissed off that people are like coming after Teyana, like saying that she's being messy. And of course, y'all know the Captain Saber hoes, you know, they want to come on with their capes, which protect the black man. Oh, she trying to tear down the daddy and tear down Iman and make him look bad. She really was trying to save his, for real. Because when people was lighting him up, when that girl first, you know, had his necklace and stuff, Teyana told people to back up off him. Then not only after that, she asked for the court documents to be sealed. She asked for it not to be public, but the judge said, So now that's why we're hearing everything. But now with all this happening, you know, it came out that Iman ain't necessarily the best parental figure. He allegedly, you know, is smoking around the kids. She's saying under the influence, you know, not only is he smoking, but he's drinking. And then one time he allegedly put the kids in a separate ride share to the hotel or to the location while he took a different car to the event center that he was headed to. I was like, if that nigga really did that, like, that's crazy. Like, that is absolutely crazy. Like, you just, and I know Junie, she all but, you know, 7 years old, and I know she's getting mature, but to send her randomly, like, in a ride share, or was it like their driver that they've known for forever? Like, I don't know what the situation was, but it still wasn't given like this is smart to do. And especially like you gotta take care of your kids, my bro. You gotta take care of your kids, and you sitting here doing things like leaving them in another car and like, oh, hope you get safe to your location. Like, if I was Teyana and I found that out, I definitely would be upset. Now, I'm of the belief that, like, okay, if you're a parent, I don't think you should be smoking, you know, the Mary Jane right in front of your kids. But if you are, you know, inhaling the ganja, you know, make sure you're not in sight, make sure they can't reach it. You know, I'm not gonna judge parents for, you know, being 420 friendly around them kids, because sometimes that's the only way you can deal with these, because kids will drive you insane. Like, parents need to start being honest. Being a parent is hard as hell, okay? And to constantly try to be in a good space when you got kids, not to mention if you have multiple kids, like, sometimes the sometimes the green is the only thing that keeps you sane. But so I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's a terrible father for that. I'm more of a thing like he's a terrible father because, yeah, I don't agree with you putting your kids in some car while you want to go to your event center because you don't want to be late to the party. I definitely feel like it's given. Teyana's gonna get custody of the kids. Iman's gonna owe some money because, allegedly he wasn't finishing paying up on what was owed to the renovation of the house, and then allegedly he got like some settlement that he didn't split up or whatever, something like that. So yeah, y'all, it's getting even more messy with Teyana and Iman. Like, of course we all looked at them like the black love couple, but if there's anything that a lot more people need to start doing, and stop looking at these celebrities like they're just like, oh, relationship goals, because they're humans, they're people just like us. They got shitty relationships just like us. Like, the only thing different is they got money. Like, that literally is it. And honestly, they be having worse relationships than sometimes regular folks because it's like they have all the access, especially when it comes to these men, all the access. So, yeah, I honestly am, I hate this for Teyana. And I really hope, it doesn't affect the kids that terribly. But Iman, it ain't looking too good for you. You, Martell, all you dudes in these divorces, it ain't looking too good for you at all. At all. And the way y'all be acting doesn't help mitigate you from the allegations of you not being necessarily the best productive father either. Y'all just be moving all types of whack. So who else said I was speaking of whack, be moving all types of whack? Johnathan Majors, y'all. So Johnathan Majors, he went and did the interview, of course, after court and everything. I forgot who the journalist was that did the interview with him, but she talked to Johnathan Majors, right? And of course, he had his viral, I found my Coretta Scott King moment, and it have everybody looking at him like, ugh, like the stank face, just giving a real stank face. Anytime I think of a stank face, I think of Stormy, because Stormy, her stank face is perfect on Love and Marriage Huntsville. The way she even look at Tisha Marceau, it's just giving, you just look at something, you just think, ugh. So yeah, Johnathan Majors, he talked about what he really meant and what he was trying to pertain to when he said that. He was basically saying, like, I need a woman to act like the person that I'm looking to be in the future. So I, am aspiring to, move for the culture in a way of a, Barack and a Martin Luther King. Like, he sees himself on that level. He sees himself like, okay, if I'm, gonna have this platform, I'm gonna use, being Johnathan Majors to my benefit. I need a woman who's gonna also understand, that type of mission. But it's so crazy because how do you get with a white woman expecting her to have and understand the type of mission that you're on as a black man? You see how that don't match up? So, the daughter, I think her name is Donna, if I'm not mistaken, she basically told Johnathan Majors, quit playing on my mama's name, because she more than just, oh, so-and-so's wife. Like, my mom was a pioneer. Like, she got done, and stop using her as some prop. And that's kind of like what it's become, because it's like, oh, you want to use her as a comparison of what you expect your woman to be like, but in the way that you acting, it ain't matching up with who you say you want to be. Cause these allegations and stuff like that, I just don't know how. Oh, Megan, I feel, when I tell you Megan was literally on the cusp of like a big break. I mean, not that she like a resurgence. Cause after the divorce, y'all, Megan kind of like was, work, like she was kind of getting some newly renounced clout. Everybody was like, she's very gorgeous. She's, in Harlem, which is back for another season. I love Harlem. And so, yeah, she was just starting to become everywhere. And like, just as she was getting back into the scene, God dang it, girl, you showed up to court with Johnathan Majors for a DV case. And she just on the side of the interview, just looking at him with so much concern. And it's just like, why is he taking her everywhere with him? Like, it's definitely giving, he's using her. And as what Jeezy said, anytime the black man fall down, who he want right there to help him get back up is a black woman. And here we are every single time, because that's our programming. We got to help the black man because it's him against the world, against the man. What they go through every day dealing with the white man. But every time we're there to help y'all up, y'all still shit on black women. Still shit on black women. Johnathan Majors, I lost all type of attraction. I lost all type of interest. I just look at him now just like, ew. Like, I really do. And I'm hoping Megan, wakes up from the underplace, from the sunken place. Because, girl, boo-boo, this ain't it. And it's definitely giving, you was the one he was cheating with. And that she caught, who he was texting, girl, it was giving you. So that already right there lets you know that he is not faithful. Don't allow you to feel like, don't be thinking because you making good that keeps you excluded from the cheatation club. Because a lot of women who feel like, well, I'm so-and-so, there's no way. Ask Khloe Kardashian. Tristan got with Khloe Kardashian and did her all types of dirty. Literally put her through the ringer, okay? Y'all be thinking because y'all so-and-so that means these men will value you more. And in all actuality, it like the more you are there for a man, it's like the less they value you. For real, it really is. But yeah, you guys, Johnathan Majors, he out there still making a fool of himself and a fool of Megan, and Megan, you making a fool of yourself, showing up to court. I really can't, like, I wonder what that conversation was of him asking her to show up to court. Baby, be there to support me. Like, he put on his greatest acting, like, I just could imagine. I can't imagine. I wonder what that conversation was. And I wonder what her family and friends is thinking right now, too. Like, I know they can't be okay with this. I know they got to be talking to her like, Megan, bitch, if you don't sit your ass down and stay at home and let this man handle this, like, they definitely should have waited to be public. But Johnathan Majors knew what was up. He needed the backing. He needed to look, better than what he was looking like, okay? But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on. Who else did I want to get into? I talked about Teyana. I talked about Martell, his old ugly milk dud head ass. I talked about Johnathan Majors. I talked about, who else did I want to get into? Let's see, who do I want to talk about? I talked about Martell, Teyana and Iman, Johnathan Majors, Heavenly, and SweetTea. And it was somebody else. Oh, last but not least, y'all, Funky.Neva. Funky.Neva done, as in his words, done effed up the thing. He done blew up everything. And I'm not mad at it. I've been a fan of Funky for a long time. I've been following for a hot minute. And, we have to give Funky his props. He definitely is, a part of the culture, especially like the blogger culture. But y'all, long story short, it's given, I'm gonna burn everything up on my way out, and because you hoes is trying to play with me. So y'all, we all, thought him and Fox Soul was, an amicable split. The contract, as he said, he was like, the contract, the math wasn't math then, okay? Know your worth, as Taraji P. Henson be saying, know your worth, girl. And he did that. He was like, as much I'm deciding to bet on myself, essentially. And so he's been going live. And not only going live, but going live at a particular time that is, coincidentally the same time as Fox Soul. And so everybody's looking like, oh, here we go. It's giving subliminal, passive-aggressive, checkmate vibes, because all Funky keeps saying is what these numbers doing. What these numbers saying, okay? And I'm sure a lot of it had to deal with, the station, Fox Soul, because a lot of times with these big companies, they like to try to you're just, one person. We'll find somebody else, bigger and better than you. That's how a lot of these companies try to strong arm you into feeling like, you're going to take this contract. And a lot of times if you walk away, especially on your own recognizance, they don't like that, okay? But from the first live, we thought it was all good, but as time goes on, this beef that enmeshed with Tasha K is now starting to roll into Claudia Jordan. Like, it started off as, okay, Funky Dineva, the first initial beef was with Tasha K. And we all know Tasha K ain't shit. She can't be trusted. And he was like, it started with Tasha K basically saying, look, I got Flame, who wants to resolve things with you. And he was like, I wasn't trying to do it because at the end of the day, I don't have a beef with Flame. I just didn't agree with what, she did or he did. I don't know how he, his pronouns, but, so he was like, okay, I'm okay to talk finally. So Tasha, has Flame Monroe on the line. And she tried to slip in there, oh, well, you mind if I record this for the culture, And Funky was like, that's not what we doing. And so Flame took that as a, oh, see, you want to throw your rock, hide your hand, type situation. And it's like, it was very clear that Flame and Tasha, they were looking for the fight. Because Tasha's whole selling of her, her page is the drama. And she makes the drama. She creates the drama half the time. And it's like, don't try to involve me in some shit that really, they were using Funky's name. They definitely were taking advantage of this Fox Soul moment and just the whole shenanigans, because now, I guess Flame Monroe is supposed to be like a guest feature on Fox Soul. And so, of course, Flame was taking her shots at Funky, saying, the show must go on, and you try to come after me and all this type of stuff like that. I've been on TV, stuff like that. And so Funky's like, I don't have a problem with you, but I knew the minute that Tasha tried to slip it in, slide in there like, oh, let's record this, he knew there was nothing left but an argument, which is what Tasha wanted. Now, Tasha said that she had an interview with Flame Monroe set up before Funky left Fox Soul. I don't know if I believe that, y'all. I don't know if I believe that. I believe the minute that Flame Monroe found out that she was going to be a guest on Fox Soul, that it definitely was a useful moment to talk to Tasha K and hype it up, because then when Flame Monroe, when it's time for her night to hop on Fox Soul, then people gonna tune in or whatever. But Funky let it be known, Flame, I'm not finna do this with you because you just a pawn in the grand scheme of everything. My real problem was with that bitch Claudia. And it's like, ooh, I thought y'all was good. Because even Al and Claudia was on Fox Soul, like, we wish Funky the best, but it's not all good in the hood over there. Funky's like, I got the tea, I got the real ammunition that will blow all this shit up, okay? And I'm saving that, all right? Because she's like, Flame, I'm not gonna do this with you because, first of all, you're not gonna get that out of me. Don't flatter yourself to feel like you on the same level as me, because if you ask me, Funky Dineva is more of a name to me than Flame Monroe. But other people may beg to differ. But long story short, it definitely is a thing of like, it's giving Tasha K, Flame Monroe wanted to use this Funky situation you know, as the clickbait of it all. And Funky literally came to his live and was like, I'm going to tell y'all because I already know where this is going, because I already know the type of raggedy, messy bitch that Tasha is. I'm going to let you know the conversation that happened. And literally the next day, here goes Tasha K, planted up. Flay Monroe addresses beef with Funky Dineva, you know, and the phone call that, you know, that they were fighting on. Like, girl, Tasha's so predictable. And so, you know, Funky sent Tasha a message like, girl, I don't appreciate what you did. And this is it. Like, I'm severing ties. And then I don't know how that melds into Claudia and how things possibly happen behind the scenes that, you know, they're talking about. But Funky said he got all the receipts, okay? Do you want me to read the receipts about Damon? Do you want me to read the receipts about Damon? Like, she's basically saying, I got the receipts. And so, don't start none, won't be none. But if you start it, best believe I got the, you know, I'm locked and ready, okay? So, yeah, you guys, Funky Dineva has basically let Fox and Soul know, like, I can do this without you. Like, I can do this without you. And sometimes it's scary for some people, you know, to try to bet on themselves and, you know, go out on their own and all those type of things. But I really do wish the best for Funky. I think his, you know, niche would definitely be like hosting reunions, hosting, you know, talk shows. Like, Funky has the right, he's smart, he's, you know, he's logical, he analyzes things from both perspectives, but still messy at the same time. Like, I really am a fan of Funky and have been for a while, so I really do hope this, you know, turns into something that works out for him. Flame, you really got caught up in the Tasha K trying to be a messy bitch of it all, and it's just not giving cute. It's just not cute. So yeah, you guys, that's is all we're gonna talk about today. I'm here in Sonic. Let me make a quick order of something to eat, and I'll come back and talk to you guys about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I think Love and Hip Hop Atlanta came on, so yeah, we're gonna see how that turns out, because we know that whole triangle / octagon rectangle between Scrappy, Diamond, Erica, and used to be Bambi. Like, I tell you, something else. But yeah, you guys, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.